Hey, chismosas! Welcome back to Conchas and Chismes. This is your host, Ivoncita Ochoa.
Sandra.
This is D.U.S.
And today's topic is
Self-love.
Ooh, love that topic. It's perfect for Valentine's Day season.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Honestly, self-love is so important. I think that it's extremely important for you to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and overall. I feel like you should always love you. You love God and you love yourself. Before you can love anyone else, you have to love you.
Yep. And what is that process of loving yourself? It's not easy.
It's not.
absolutely not.
Honestly, I'm 35 years old and I feel like all of my life I don't think I've ever loved myself. I've always struggled to love the person looking back at me in the mirror. And it, maybe recently, maybe like a year and a half ago, I started to love myself little by little. I started to be more gentle with me because I was always so critical on myself because I suffer from body dysmorphia. So I was always finding something wrong with me, and like a lot of people are like, oh my God, but why? You're so pretty. You're this, you're this. But that's not how I felt in the inside. I felt so broken, so sad, and I just didn't feel like I was worth anything. And I used to think to myself, well, why would anybody love me when I can't even love myself? That's something that I had such a hard time with. And then slowly but surely, I started to realize that I do love me, and I had to put myself first because I was always putting myself last. I was always putting a guy or just other people before me that I didn't take the time to cherish the person that was looking back at me in the mirror.
I feel like the thing is that I feel like speaking for myself, and I've gotten better, right? But I used to be more critical on myself.
Yeah.
I feel
Definitely.
like I put the pressure on myself. Like, I need to be like a good mom, a good partner, a good daughter, a good sister. So all of my energy was going there. I was putting everyone first. That's how we tend to put people first,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we put ourselves in the back burner, right? And so we don't give ourselves the opportunity to truly see ourselves. So part of, your self-worth and learning about your self-love and so forth is being kind to you first. Putting yourself first, because if you're feeling good, you'll be able to be there for the people that you love, and
absolutely.
and you'll be able to do more. I mean, I feel like you will be able to do a little bit more of the things that you enjoy and so forth, right? Because you're not feeling like that guilt, like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of lose yourself. You lose yourself when you're trying to be that perfect person for everybody else.
You're trying to please people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, now I'm like, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about pleasing anybody, because I've always been the type of person que a mí me vale verga, like what people think of me. But, I was also a people.
Period.
Yeah, I was also a people pleaser, like to the people around me. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like I want them to not leave my life. So I would just like put everything on a pedestal for them. Like I was putting everything at their feet, especially with the man. I was like, oh my God, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that, porque quiero que me quiera para atrás, And it wasn't even, I didn't realize that I couldn't even be a good partner because I wasn't. I was super toxic because I was so unhappy with me. I couldn't be a good partner because I was unhappy, And it's like, how can you love other people when you can't even love yourself? And that's something that I genuinely struggled with. And toda la gente me mira, they're like, oh my God, Yvonne is so funny. Yvonne is so this, Yvonne is that. But little do a lot of people know that I suffered from depression. I would get so depressed sometimes. Like there's times where I just like want to cut people off. Not purposely, but because when I'm not okay, I just don't feel like talking to anybody. And
You just isolate yourself. It's not like cutting them off. You just, like,
it's more like self-isolating. And that's something that I'm working really hard on not to do. Because sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to answer my phone, or I don't want to post on social media, which is fine. You don't always have to post on social media. But I'm just like, me quiero encerrar en mi cuarto, no quiero hablar con nadie, And in the past couple of years, I've gotten really, really bad anxiety because of things I was going through. And I realized, like, oh my God, un día me desperté and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I never put myself first. I'm trying so hard to love, now my ex-husband, to love him, to put him first. And what about me? I'm not living for me. I'm living for him. You know, I'm putting him first all the time.
Yeah, and not only that, but I feel like if you were putting him first and he wasn't reciprocating that, that's showing like how you value yourself too. And I feel like because if you how you allow people to treat you is how like you love yourself. And if you let people treat you like, I don't know how he treated you, but if he treated you like shit, then you're just showing him like, I don't value myself and I don't love yourself.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I feel like that's why he did so much to me, because I always allowed it. You know, I feel like I stayed way too long in that situation, more than I should have, because I always thought to myself, oh, I can change him. And the truth is, you cannot change people. You cannot, like, if someone loves you and they value you, they're going to change because they don't want to lose you, because they genuinely want to be better for you and for your relationship, you know? Pero eso no me pasó a mí. Like, I feel like little by little, it was always something worse than the next thing, you know, all the time. Y nunca pensé en mí misma. Like, it was always, I have to save my marriage, because I already had 2 failed relationships that my kids came out of it, you know, and I was like, I don't want to lose my marriage. Like, I want to make it work, you know? So I stuck around and I tolerated things that I shouldn't have. And I went through, like I mentioned before, I went through like little spiritual journey. And then I was like, wow, like el amor de Dios es tan bonito. El amor propio también es tan bonito, y nunca me di cuenta lo que me faltaba en esta vida. I was searching for love in a man when I was not realizing that I had to look for it in myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And I went like so many months without being in a relationship, without talking to anybody, just focusing on me. And I feel like when I was doing that, I was like, I felt so like whole, you know? Like, I started doing things like, I'll take off to like another city by myself, and then she would be like, you're crazy, you're not scared. But I was like, I want to face my fears, because I was so afraid of being alone. So terrified. I would just jump from relationship to relationship because I was terrified.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to face my fear, and I just want to say, fuck it.
Yeah.
I want to start living. And then I was like,
I feel like when you're not alone, when you spend your time relationship to relationship, you don't know who you are when you are alone. Like, you don't know who you are when you go on a trip by yourself, or like just going to the store by yourself. You're always glued to somebody, you know, and I feel like that has a huge effect. I feel like a lot of people have jumped from relationship. And I'm like, you have no idea how to be alone.
Yeah.
And being alone, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
absolutely not.
And I even like, I think like we're a person, so we're really not alone. Kind of what we're talking about earlier, right? Yeah. Like, I'm like, I've learned, and I really take that little quote to heart, the Bible one, right? When it says God is within you.
Yeah.
You know, you will not, or she will not fail, right? Because He is within us. We're not alone. And that's our superpower is our self-worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you really, really work towards that, you find so many beautiful things that come your way.
Yeah.
But you have to work on healing, kind of what we talked about earlier too, right? That either that, you know, that hurt child, the trauma of your past, the trauma of your adulthood, because we all go through it too.
Yeah.
You know, and when we're able to work through those things, we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. And we learn to appreciate who we are now, and we take our power back, because our power is to make sure that we're okay.
Yeah.
Right. And not give your power, which is our worth, our value, to other people.
Yeah.
Right. And so forth. But people start to see it, and people start to, I guess, like, respect you, right? When they see that you are like, hey,
like you value yourself.
Yeah, because you come out like confident, you know, and so forth. And and so I always tell myself, like, because back then the same thing like you, right? I was put everybody else before me, that I felt like I was kind of losing myself in that process. And I had to work towards that, like really, really appreciating the little things that I can do for myself, and most importantly, being kind to me, saying kind stuff to myself.
Yeah.
You know, that which I didn't do, because again, I would be the first one to be judgmental to myself. Like, I'm not doing this right, or I'm not. And so I'd put that pressure on myself.
Yeah.
You know, and in reality, I'm like, no, people make mistakes, people do things.
You're human.
I'm late. I'm not a bad person for that. I'm like, that doesn't take away who I really am.
Yeah.
Right. And so I learned to appreciate the little things about myself. But in reality, they're the big things because they make you feel so much better about you when you're working towards those little things, right? You're building on that self. And I'm not saying I'm like, I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm so in love with myself, but I really do like myself at this at this stage right now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You know, I like,
because it's a struggle to get there. It's
you work towards that.
Still working on it. You know,
you work towards that, and you work towards that with the little things that you do for yourself. And when you feel good within yourself, you're able to show up for other people too.
Yes.
The best version of you, right? Like the best version of you.
And honestly, I feel like right now I love the person the woman that I'm becoming because I feel like I spend a lot of time being angry because of my past trauma, the things I went through as a little girl. And I felt like for a long time, like, oh my God, like, ¿por qué me siento así? Like, why am I so angry? And then I started to realize, like, I have so much unhealed trauma. I felt like I didn't matter. Like I wasn't worth anyone loving me. I felt, even though I had 5 sisters and I had parents, I felt like yo no le importaba a nadie. Like me sentía así por muchos años. And then I got into toxic relationships and that made me feel even worse about myself. You know, and my kids came out of those relationships. And then I was like, oh my God, like how am I going to be a good mom? Like I can't even be good to me. And it's something that I genuinely struggled with for a long time. And even before, when I would get upset, I would not apologize to people, like I mentioned before. And now, like, if somebody calls me out on something or they feel like I'm doing something wrong, I will apologize immediately because I don't ever want to be the person I once was. And it definitely took me years to become who I am right now. And I'm not going to stop growing. Obviously, you know, healing and growth takes so long. Like, you never stop learning about yourself, you know? Like, I hated tomatoes all my life. All of a sudden, last year, I tried tomatoes. Now I love tomatoes on everything.
Yeah, that's how
you know? And I'm
too.
like, what the hell? Like, I went my whole life with hating tomatoes. Now I like tomatoes, you know? So, and now I'm just like, I'm down to try everything. Let's do it. Like,
there's definitely different chapters in your life that you go through, different trials, and you're just like, I mean, I feel like even myself, I feel like I'm still learning my triggers that I didn't even know I had. And like, what the hell? You know, something will piss me off, and I'm like, wait, why did that
make me
you know,
mad?
why am I feeling like something's about to kill me? You know, that I shouldn't be feeling like that, but it's how you work through it, and it's not an easy process, but as long as you're choosing to like work on yourself and like get help and stuff like that, it just shows that, you know, you are getting better at loving yourself. You know,
and definitely therapy does help. You know, that's something that I wanted to do before, but I just was so afraid to take that step, you know, and then also opening the door and letting God in my life and my heart, you know, because I felt like I was like, I wanted that love, but I wasn't ready for it. Like I wasn't ready to make changes because I was always, if I would take 5 steps forward, then something would happen and then I'd take like 20 back. You know, and like now
but you can't be hard on yourself for those things. And I think
I had to learn to forgive myself.
Yeah, I think there was a while where you would work on yourself and then like something happened and then you would let it all fall on you and you would take that step back. But I can see now that you're really challenging yourself. Like you're going through it and you're pushing yourself to do more. And that's part of building your self-love. Right? That your self-love is loving every part of you, the good, the bad, you know,
allowing yourself to feel that whatever you're feeling instead of just feeling angry and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think another thing that I really, really struggled with was that I would see my sisters with their husbands and their kids, and I always felt like a failure, like because I wasn't able to give my kids that. Like I gave them a broken home, so I always felt guilty. I always felt like, oh my God, like I'm such a failure. Like I couldn't even give my kids, you know, a home with their dad. Like, and that would hurt me. Or I would see my sisters like, oh my God, they bought a house with their husband, or they did this with their husband. And I would be like, fuck, like yo siempre la ando cagando. Like nunca me tocan personas buenas, like, you know. Pero también yo tengo la culpa because I was always choosing the wrong people. One, because I was so unhealed and broken, you know. But then I realized that what is meant for me will come for me when the time is right.
Yep.
Dios no me lo va a mandar cuando yo se lo estoy pidiendo. Me lo va a mandar when he sees that I'm ready for it. And that took me a long time to comprehend. And I'm okay with it now. I'm okay where I'm at in life. I feel like everything is flowing as it should be. And everything that I've prayed for, that I've manifested, is slowly coming to me. And the big things will come when God knows I'm prepared for it. So I'm okay with waiting as long as God gives it to me when he knows I'm ready, not when I want it or I'm begging him for it, you know?
Yeah.
Es cuando él diga que sí, pues es sí. And it's never too late to start your life over. Ever, ever, ever. I'm 35, and I feel like, you know, if you want to start going to school in your 40s, do it. Like, don't be scared. Take a risk. Like, if you want to get on a plane and go take a trip by yourself, do it. Don't be scared. Like, you know, like, nunca tengas miedo a echarle ganas a la vida, because la verdad nomás tenemos una, and a rato se nos acaba y no disfrutaste, no hiciste lo que quisiste. Face your fears, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it was her birthday, guys. So new chapter 35.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So
35.
I'm a big believer. Like, when I
old.
turn, when when it's my birthday, I always say it's a new chapter, and I always try to think of things to work towards that self-love, that self-worth, right? And like, like I said earlier, it's sometimes it's just the little things that you can do for yourself. It could be, trying new hobbies, new little things that are just for you. Right? It doesn't mean you have to go out and spend all this money. You could do stuff from home. You could be like, I'm going to have a movie day by myself. I'm going to have on Mondays when my kids go to school, right? I love to have just cafecito and breakfast by myself.
Yeah.
Where the sunlight is hitting. And I literally sit there, you guys. I talk to God, and I just appreciate that time. And I tell myself nice things. I am deserving of this quiet little space of mine.
Little morning.
My little breakfast. I'm deserving of this little good cafecito, these good, and I truly enjoy that time with myself. Like I love it.
Yeah,
I love my kids,
agree.
love my hubby, but I'm just like, that moment, I'm just like,
it's just you.
It's just
I love that. I love and my friends know me because I've gone to the movies by myself. I love going on sushi dates by myself, and they'll be like, oh, Dee, why didn't you tell us to go with you? And I'm like, I love you guys, but like this is like my way of showing my self-love, you know?
Yeah.
I can do this, like, before maybe like when I was in my mid-20s, I'd be like, what the hell? I'm not gonna go by myself, you know?
Same. I would be like,
and then like my late 20s, I think I was like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna wait for someone to be like, hey, let's go to the movies, whatever. Like, let's, tengo que esperar, but I'm like wasting time when I could do it myself,
Yeah.
And I just had a sushi date by myself last week, and I loved it. It was a good time.
Like today, for
Little
example,
ways,
I bought a ticket to for spring break to go to Rosarito. I didn't even ask my friends first before I bought it. Like, do you guys want to go with me? I'm like, fuck it, si no quieren ir, pues yo me voy sola. Like, like, I'm just like, I just want to live life.
Yes,
I'm tired of like holding back because I was so afraid. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I just want to do things that make me happy, and traveling makes me happy. Trying new foods make me happy. Meeting new people makes me happy. Conchas and chisme makes me happy, and and everything that I haven't done, I want to do it. I want to go skydiving, by the way. That looks so fun, you guys.
I want to do that too.
I'm terrified of heights, but
I'll be waiting for you at the down.
She's like, I'll be cheering you on.
No, I'm terrified of heights, guys. I'm not even kidding, but I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking do it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, let's just go, because I'm tired of being scared of things. I was afraid of the dark, remember?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Terrified, you guys. I used to wet the bed. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, girl,
Because I was so scared, but it's because of things that happened to me. That's why I was so afraid of the dark. That was one of the things.
But that's,
that came with it.
self-love is
But
taking risks.
Yeah,
Doing things.
And now I'm like,
you're challenging yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, dude, even in my adulthood, I couldn't sleep in my room by myself without the light off.
dude, that was me too.
Yes, me daba un chingo de miedo. And then now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I turn off the fucking light,
Yeah.
Because I learned to face my fears.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, sometimes I trip out, I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? You're walking in the dark. You ain't scared anymore. What happened? Yeah. Like, and it's like, it's so funny que I could fight a random girl in the street and be like, oh, I don't give a fuck, this bitch bigger than me. Like, let's throw hands, bitch. But I was afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
It made no fucking sense, But now I'm just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
know. I used to be scared of the dark. I would always ask my sisters, like, "Can I sleep with you? Can I sleep with you?" Literally, always.
I would say that
Me
to my
as
sister.
fuck,
Yeah. Can I say? Oh, you would tell me, but I would
Yes.
tell our older sister too.
Yeah.
Like, can I sleep? With
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was so sad when she moved out, when she went to college, because I stayed alone with Helen, and Helen was a bitch. She was so mean to me, and she hated me at one point. And like, I was like, oh my God, like, who's gonna sleep with me now? Helen is mean.
But you know what? I look back now, right? As you continue to work on you, I look back, right, when we were kids, and I'm like, dang, even when I was a kid, I had to put people before me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like when my older sisters left to college, I was the older one, and I had to take care of my younger sisters. So
Yeah.
again, there was me putting everybody before me, right? And my mom, not meaning to, right, would always like worry more about this one because she had health issues when she was little, right? And we talk about it now. She's like, it's because I thought you were fine. And I'm like, I wasn't fine.
Yeah.
And so as you get older, it just becomes almost like a routine. Like you keep doing it, like, you know. And then 2 years ago, I was like, no, wait, I don't feel good about me.
Yeah.
Right. And I started to work on me, and like the real me. I had to be everything for myself. I had to be, okay, how can I be my own best friend? How could I be you know, a mom to myself? How could I nurture me? You know what I mean? How could I be my own cheerleader? And I had to work on that. I started writing. I started like meditating, things that were gonna make me feel good. So much that even my little one, she started Zariah. I would do meditation in the living room. Calladita, she would come and then put her little mat too next to me, and then she'd be like, "Can I do it?" And I'd be like, "Yes." So we'd be quiet, and I'd be playing meditation music.
Yeah.
But for me, that was like, I felt like it was like healing, spiritual, everything. And I really feel like I was in tune with my emotions. That then when I became a mom, the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? And so when I started to change that, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with making time for me. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. As I started to work on that, I'm like, this is actually nice. Like I'm spoiling myself now. And so it really it feels good. It feels good. And now I'm like, I don't have a problem telling even my kids no. Sometimes they're like, no, mom's gonna go do something. I have an appointment. Same. I have like, you know.
They get so butthurt, but it's
and
like,
I felt guilt before, you know, and I was like, now I'm like,
as long as you you show up for them, like you're an amazing mom. You deserve,
because I used to feel the same way. Like I used to feel like a horrible mom, and people probably, because people don't know what you feel. Only you know what you feel, right? But before, like, I would go out and I would do stuff, and my party girl era wasn't really my party girl era. It was more I was drinking my pain away that nobody knew I felt, you know? And I would be like, oh my God, like my kids are away from me. Like I felt like I'm just gonna go drink because I feel lonely. I feel like shit, you know? And now, like, obviously things are a lot different, and I have my kids all damn week, okay? Like, I even when your kids are away, I feel like you're still a mom 24/7.
Oh yeah.
You know, because when my kids are sick, they don't want to go with their dad. They want to stay with me, of course. You know what I mean? But now when I do things, I'm just like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, I take care of your ass all week. Like, if I want to go do something, I'm going to go do it because I'm a responsible parent. I give you the fucking world. So if I want to give myself something, I'm going to give it to myself and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
You know, because I seen my mom her entire life never put herself first. I don't even think I ever seen my mom go get her nails done. You know, it was rare when I would see my dad like do cute stuff for her, like buy her flowers or anything like that. I felt like my mom never took care of her, so I don't want to be that mom that like doesn't take care of, because how can you take care of your kids if you can't take care of you? You know. So that's definitely something that I don't want to do. Like, it's important to take care of yourself, to be a little selfish with you and not feel bad about it. You know, like you
to
should
fill your own cup.
Like
it's okay to fill your own
there's
cup.
nothing wrong if, you know, you're like, I want to go get my nails done. I need fucking an hour and a half to myself without my kids. There is nothing wrong with that. Go do it. You deserve it. You know, or I want to go get a drink by myself. I'm going to go eat McDonald's in the car by myself. Fuck them kids. You know, like, go ahead and do it. Like, don't feel bad for it. Like, first of all, like, it's way cheaper when you eat alone without the kids. Just saying, you know, it's better to have you time sometimes.
I love the me time. Yes. So a little bit about my self-love. I feel like growing up, I really had to prove myself like to my mom that I was worthy of her love. I feel like now I'm, obviously I don't talk to my mom or dad, and so that really messed me up, like growing up, because I feel like my whole life, like, people say like, oh, like she has trust issues because like of men and she shouldn't allow relationships to like change that shift. But no, like my trust issues started with my parents. You know what I mean? Like 1 minute they were there, 1 minute they weren't there,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like that, like, obviously like it messes you up. Like, there's nothing like a mom's love or a dad's love,
Yeah.
But I feel like because of that, I was like always like just wanted a partner, I wanted someone to love me. Like for me, like I was like, you know what, like I can prove myself just like how I had to prove when I was younger. Like it's okay, so I was just stuck in that pattern like for like ever. And I'm not saying like I'm done with that pattern, but I have definitely like improved on like where I'm at, and it's super hard. And I encourage everyone that like if you have any trauma or you deal with any trauma, to go to therapy, because I feel like there's just so many things that you cannot talk to your closest friends about, because you know what I mean, like it's just like you need to go, But I feel like I went to therapy, and I was just able to like, I remember one time I told my therapist something. I finally like got it off my chest, and I just started crying. Like I was like, what the hell? Like why am I like, I was like, like breathing for air, like when you can't, And I was like, I don't know why I'm crying. And he's like, I'm gonna tell you something. He's like, and this sounds so cliche, Daniela, but you just like broke a chain off of you, and your body felt that.
Yeah,
and that's why
it's reacting.
Yeah, that's why you're crying, because you finally like broke one of those chains off. And I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy, And I feel like ever since then, like I've just been on like this incredible self-love journey. And I feel like I posted a video about it, and someone commented. I think it was my friend Joanna. She always comments on our stuff. We love you. She was like, God, like once you start loving yourself, you will start to see all the love that's around you. Like you won't have that dark cloud, porque así estaba yo. Like I was like, nadie me quiere, like porque yo no me amo, like everyone, like I want to be alone, like nobody even cares if I'm here or not. But I feel like now I'm like, oh my god, like I have this amazing, like look at where we're at, like this amazing support system, my sisters, my family. Like it's just like, oh my god, I was so blinded to that because I had this huge cloud over my head where I just was in my head, I was like, nobody loves me, I don't love myself, you know what I mean? So point of the story is go to therapy.
It's true though what you said. When you're working on you, you start to see and appreciate the things around you.
Yes, it's so crazy.
I feel like I've gotten to a point, to be honest, sometimes, and I tell Yvonne, because sometimes Yvonne gets like, oh, she gets upset about some stuff, right? Then I'm like, and she'll tell me, no, but she'll say like, did you see that? Did you? And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't bother me no more. Like I'm trying to be at a place where I'm like, I can't let things
get a reaction.
Bother me, because I'm like, well, my time and energy is
it's expensive.
So I'm not gonna give it to little things or people or So I that part of self-love is working on that, right? Like not working on the peace inside of you. Because once you do that, then the outside becomes different.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, you appreciate things, and then you learn to let go of things that don't matter.
And I think because you're working on that and you're seeing things differently, and you're feeling better about yourself, la gente también alrededor de ti is looking at that, and then you're attracting more positive energy, and that negative energy is like, fuck, she's not gonna let me bring the energy and negative energy around her anymore,
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's why when you work on yourself, like you'll notice people like distance themselves, and it hurts you, but it's for a reason,
And honestly, like for me, like I've said this before, but in 2025 a lot of people got removed from my life. God removed them. He revealed a lot of people's true colors to me, and I was so hurt over it, but then I was like, these people are not meant to come with me on this new journey I'm going. It doesn't matter who they are. They could be it could be a friend. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, to me, now I'm like, okay, my peace is extremely expensive. Look at everything it's costed me. Why am I gonna sit here and cry over spilled milk? You know, and sometimes even now, like, I will get hurt over things.
Yeah.
And I take it extremely personal now because I've worked so hard on myself, and I feel like I'm such a different person now. Like I've always been such a lover girl, and I've always had a big heart, you know, even though I was a fucking enojona and a peleonera, I've always had a big heart. But now it's like, I feel like the lover girl in me just like came out even more. Like, you know, like I'm so loving towards everybody around me now.
Because you
like,
feel things more when you're working on yourself.
It's like
you feel
so
things so much
so
more
deeply. Yes,
you're more like, I feel that like I'm more emotional now.
Yeah,
like everything. Like I'm emotional with things that make me happy. I'm emotional with.
I start crying for everything.
Yeah, I'm emotional with.
Before you were so guarded. You know?
Exactly.
Like
it's to protect
yes,
yourself.
like before I had a wall up, and I was so angry, and I would like, everything would trigger me, and I would get pissed, and that was like the way I would protect myself so people wouldn't hurt me. Or I'd jump to hurt somebody before they even got the chance to hurt me. You know, I was like, hell no, like I'm gonna like have one up on them.
Sabotage.
And now I'm like, no, like I don't want to do people the way they do me. Like I see things so differently. Like even with my sisters,
and that takes a lot. A lot to go from
a lot of growth.
What is it like to reciprocate? To not reciprocate someone's energy says a lot about you as a person, you know.
And I had to change that about me. Yeah. And even with like my sisters, like obviously we love each other, you know, but because we never seen that growing up, I don't feel like we've ever been like really affectionate towards one another. And I feel like now it's changing little by little, and we all have to learn to be like that way with each other because we didn't learn that growing up, you know. And
sometimes it's weird.
Yeah, so like when we just went to Guadalajara to celebrate my birthday with my sister Helen lives over there. And on Saturday after the club, we were sitting down eating hot dogs. Ellas dos, with her and Helen, se pararon a agarrar hot dogs. I was sitting down, y una señora dijo, oh, señorita, quiero unas flores. And then I looked and I was like, no, pero deme dos. I was like, because I wanted to buy flowers for my sisters. And I was like, I don't want to be the same sister that I once was, that was always angry. I want my sisters to know every single day how much I love them. So,
love you too.
Sorry,
but I feel like, yeah, because we didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up. We couldn't show emotions. We couldn't, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was hard for us, and as for adults to be able to show that. But I feel like we're doing that with our kids. You know what I mean? But with each other, we're still kind of a little bit hesitant to be like,
to be,
I love you, like sister. And my kids say it to me every single day.
Same.
They say it to each other. They
so
say, you know,
sweet.
dad. And I'm like, I didn't grow up that way, but I want my kids to have that opportunity, that it's okay to tell people you love them every day.
Like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Like I have so many nieces and nephews, and you know, I grew up with my cousins, and now like I don't really talk to any of them, you know, because whatever, I don't want to get into that. But anyways, I don't really talk to any of them, and it's I don't ever want my kids to experience that ever with their cousins. Like I want them to grow up and all be close to each other and be like, oh cousin, I love you, like let's hang out, let's do this. I want them to look at each other as siblings, you know.
You're breaking generational trauma.
Yeah, and how is that gonna happen is if me and my sisters work extremely hard to love one another and get along, you know. And I don't ever want our kids to experience what me and my sisters experiences as kids, you know. I want them to see like, oh my God, like my tias and my mom love each other, like they're close.
Like it's safe to show love, you know. It's safe to show emotion.
Because I feel like in the Mexican culture, like, you know, especially when you grow up with a dad that's like really hard on you and stuff, like
machista.
Yeah, bien machista, you know. It's like, oh my God, like showing love is like, oh my God, no, like we cannot show, you can't say I love you, like that's weird, you can't give me a hug, like, you know. And I hug my kids all the fucking time, you know, like my middle one will not go to bed if I don't give her a hug and a kiss. And she tells me, I love you with all my heart, mommy, every single day. Mind you, she's going to be 13.
Yeah.
And she's still super lovable.
13's a baby still.
Yeah. But you know, by that age already, they don't even want you to look at them. They're like, look away from me. you know, and I'm so grateful that she's not like that. True. She's so lovable. Yeah. And I'd like to think, you know, that I've done such a good job at.
And you're showing them self-love too.
I was going to say that. And I that's huge. You know, I feel like that's one of the things that I feel like I had to remind myself, like I have 2 girls, right? I have a son too, right? But my 2 girls, I want them to know, like, it's okay to tell yourself and show love to yourself in many, many ways, right? Like, you want to do your hair. My teenager is, you know, a little bit obsessed with makeup right now. She's loves doing her lashes and her blush and all these things. And I'm okay. I'm for it. I'm like, whatever's going to make her happy. Yeah. If that makes her happy, then it's okay. So now my 8-year-old looks up to her and she's like, wants to do it too. So that's when we went to Mexico. Like, I got her little makeup stuff because I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. That she's a girl and she wants to like be happy and have fun, and you know, that's okay with me, right? And so she's now learning like to pick her own little outfit. She's like, Mom, can I pick my own outfit? I'm like, yeah, pick your outfit, right?
You gotta let them be independent. You know,
I'm okay with that. Yeah,
let them learn to be independent, to do things on their own, even if their outfits don't match, and inside you're like, what the fuck? You know, but it's like, let if that makes them happy, let them be happy, let them be them, you know, show them that it's okay to love themselves.
But you said something earlier too, right? Regarding our mom, that, you know, we didn't see her ever practice that self-love because of the fact that she put everybody else first. So that's what we learned. Right? We learned that same thing.
It was hard to break those cycles.
And so that's something I feel like we're all kind of doing. All of our sisters have been in that right now in that process. Like, we're working on ourselves, working on, you know, just taking care of ourselves now too. Our mind, like you said, going to therapy is huge, right? And so forth. It's a safe place to talk to someone neutral, that you know you're not going to be judged, but there's to really support and help you.
I think a lot of our generation, you know, our age, our supporters, like that generation has dealt with parents that have been like the same, like, you know, no emotion, like they grew up like that, like they don't see love in the household, like, you know, and I feel like they could probably really relate to.
Or toxic family members, you know, they're surrounded by so much negativity, and it's like, it's hard when, well, at least for us, like, we're in the Latina community, you know, like, parents, like your tias, your uncles and everything, if they're toxic and that's what you're surrounded by, it's you're growing up and you're like, all these things are normal to you. And then you start to get older and you're on your own, and then you're like, what the fuck? That was not normal. That was traumatic as fuck.
And then you have family that criticizes.
Oh my God.
So if you're working on if you're a little teenager, right, and you're working on your self-esteem, and then you have family that criticizes, our family was very blunt. Then that little self-love was went back down.
Absolutely,
And you know what? I'm so glad that we don't talk to a lot of family members, because, and honestly, and not that I'm glad, but in a way it's like
protecting your peace.
Yes, like,
you know, you do have to do that sometimes. You have to protect your peace.
Because other people are not on the same journey as you. They're not walking the same path you're walking down. They're not ready to make changes. They're stuck in their own ways, and they're toxic, and they're not gonna get out of that little life they're living. And not like me, for example, like, I'm growing, I'm elevating, and I'm in a different place, so I cannot be surrounded by negative people, you know. It was like, one of my dad's brothers would constantly like talk shit to me. Every time he's seen me, he'll be like, oh, mira nomás, estás bien gorda, or like little things like that. And I'm already suffering from body dysmorphia, motherfucker. Like, I'm already going through shit, and here you come with your fucking comments and making me feel worse. And I'm like, you over here walking around looking like Winnie the Pooh, but you're talking shit about me, honey bunches.
The audacity,
you know, like, you fat ass motherfucker. And it's just like, that's what I mean, like, when you're growing, you're healing, and you're in a different place, you cannot be around people like that. You cannot be around negative people. It doesn't matter if it's your own dad. If you got to cut off your own dad because he's not good for you, then you got to do what you got to do, because you got to put yourself first. And that's just something that a lot of people are scared to do. Oh my God, I want to lose my tia. I don't want to lose my dad. I don't want to lose my cousin. Fuck your cousin.
But the beautiful thing about working on you and working on your self-love and self-worth is that you attract people who are on that same journey, right? You connect with them, and I feel like you build amazing relationships with people because you have that same mentality. Like, hey, I'm working on this.
The same,
me too, right? And I'm trying this. Me too. And you get inspired by the people too.
Yeah, not only that, but just better energy in general. Yeah. Like they can probably already be done with like, you know, what their journey and stuff, but their energy is just so different. You know what I mean?
Or they're
positive people.
Or they're just happy, positive people, and then you come around them, and then I feel like their light shines on you. And it makes you want to be even better. You know, you're like, oh shit. Like for example, like when we had our launch party for this podcast.
Yes, thank you everyone for coming.
Honestly, you guys,
it's amazing.
I'm sorry I got drunk, but I had so much fun. Like, oh my god,
so surreal.
Like the girls that came, I fucking love you guys. Like you guys were a whole vibe.
Yes.
You guys were showing us so much love. There was a couple of people going live. Like I love it.
We had a really
my friends
good time.
that they're not like really they're not content creators, and they came, they're like, oh my god, everyone's on live here, and I was like, yes girl, get used to it.
Yes, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Honestly, I appreciate
it. Was a safe space, you know. They were able to do that.
No judgment. We all had fun.
Yes.
Everyone had fun. Everyone was super nice.
Yes.
I met some of their friends, you know, and so forth. It was just it was a good time. I feel like, again, you know, when you meet people, the right vibes, it's like boom, a ball of positive energy, right? And that's how it felt that day. Like, so we're super grateful for all of you who came, showed us love. It was amazing. So thank you guys. Thank you for those who weren't able to come but still were able to, you know, tune in and support us. And we're just so thankful.
Other fun events.
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to plan one maybe at the end of the year. Yeah, for sure.
That one was so cute. Like everybody was in white, well, except us three. We were in pink, and then my dad made fun of us. He said we look like Pepto-Bismol bottles.
We look like pretty ass Pepto-Bismol bottles. Okay?
But even the fact that both my parents came and they showed love and support, like they both wanted to be here. Because my mom from the get-go was like, ay, pues yo quiero ir. Like, my mom's so cute. Yeah. And then my dad got butthurt because he couldn't be here, so my mom went and got him. And then they were both here all happy. But that's what I mean. Like, you know, like, we were surrounded that day by so many amazing souls. And it just made me happy. It made me so happy that I ended up in bed.
And we were, like, freaking out. We were so anxious before the party.
We were so nervous.
Oh, my God, I'm so scared.
We're like, what if it... Oh, and by the way, we had... vendors cancel on us the day of. We had
so
someone
we were like a nervous wreck for a little bit.
Like, bro, oh my god, the last thing we need is everyone to cancel.
Exactly, we were terrified, right? But at least the taco person did not. Shout out to her.
Shout out to all the vendors. Yes. Oh my gosh.
We had one that didn't even show up, didn't even notify us that she wasn't coming. Nothing. Like straight up ghosted us. That was.
Yeah,
that was not cool.
Very, very unprofessional. Just because some people came looking for that vendor and they're like, where are they at? And like,
and I was like, oh my bad.
There was other vendors too, jewelry. There was vendors that came.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Literally, the party would have not been what it was without the vendors.
So we appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you.
So those who came, the girl with the skincare and all of that stuff. We love that stuff.
The Link jewelry. Yeah, we had Dominique, the tacos.
And then Selfie Ready, thank you so much for donating to the goodie bags. I love you, Jessica. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Like the fact that so many people like showed us support meant so much to us. Like we didn't think, honestly, we didn't think we were going to get that much love and support, and we did. And it was such a good turnout, you know?
Yeah, it was a great turnout.
I'm grateful.
Sure.
I'm grateful that I'm sitting at this table with both of you and that we're walking this journey together. You know, I feel like me and Dee are on this like healing journey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sandra is also healing from things. So I feel like together is like we're like such a good team.
Yeah, we have to hold each other accountable. Like, you know, you're not coming all this way to take 10 steps back. No. You know, I see the amazing women that you guys are, the potential and the amazing mamas that you guys are. The story you guys are telling me are like making me tear up. I'm horrible with emotions.
I know.
Okay, so.
But I love the same thing. I think we even though like our stories are a little different, we can relate because we both come from big families. Again, like you said, similar like upbringings with parents, you know, and stuff like that. So I feel like in those ways we connect in so many ways, and I think that's beautiful because we can support each other. We can laugh, we can cry. We've cried, laughed, everything, and and I think it's just it's nice to feel like, okay, I'm not alone. Like I'm not the only one that goes through this, and I think a lot of people sometimes feel that. And just understand part of growing, part of learning about yourself. Sometimes we go through things, but it doesn't make us less than anyone. It doesn't make us a bad person.
Absolutely.
You have to be willing to take the challenge to change, but for you, not for anybody else. And work on you. Work on the little things. Write your down things that you want to do. That's how you start to build your self-worth. Okay, what do I want to do for myself today? What's gonna make me feel good? A little routine, making yourself a meal.
Be nice to yourself.
Exactly. Be kind words, please, because I think that was one of the hard things that was hard for me to do, is saying,
be kind to yourself.
Talk to yourself nice.
And now I'm like, I'm worthy of all good things. I'm worthy of this.
I've been looking in the mirror and I'm like,
that,
you a bad bitch.
Yeah, baby.
You just, and I tell myself, you deserve all good things, Sandra. You deserve all good things.
Sandra is our personal therapist, and every day, I think every single day, she will send us like a self-help quote. Like literally, it's like, girl, quotes. Like we love it and we need it. So
I just feel like little things like that helped me so much. And my sister's right now that she's working on herself too, right? I'm like, even though our journeys, they're not too different, but I think
we're walking along the same lines.
Yeah, and so I feel like I kind of felt some way, somehow, the way she is, and I'm like, if I can send you guys little things that are gonna be helpful, like I will. There is this like really amazing retreat that I want her to go to, and I'm still like, she needs to go. I told her, you will come back feeling so good about you. You will feel like, man, like I feel so much love, so much peace within me, because in that little
it's like a spiritual, something very spiritual.
And I went through it with my husband. I mean, it was beautiful. Like I was like, I talked to God, and it was beautiful. And so I was hoping that she does it. But anything for you guys that you feel like is gonna be good for you, do it. And
honestly, like I had already mentioned this to them, but back in 2024 on November 11th, which was 11/11, I wrote down all of my manifestations, everything that I wanted for the next year, which was 2025, and one of the things I wrote on there, I wrote that I wanted God to remove my husband because I was not willing to let him go. Because I loved him sadly more than I loved me, and I was like, I wrote it on there, and I would pray to God, like, God, please, like, remove him, because he's not good for me. He's not good for my soul. This man is breaking every part of me. And I cannot move on. I cannot progress in life if he's still right here and I don't know how to let go. I had a hard time letting him go, So then guess what happened, guys? God removed his ass.
Bye.
It was like, deuces, you cut, motherfucker. No,
he
but
said bye.
a lot of the things that
Say less.
a lot of things that I wrote on there slowly started to become true. And I was like, what the fuck?
There's power in the pen.
And honestly,
write everything you want
and
down.
it's because I started to believe it, because before I would ask for things, but I didn't have faith. But last year I started to have a lot of faith in God, and I started to believe I can do this. This is gonna happen for me, and it slowly started to happen. God put her in my life, and it was like,
thank you, love you guys.
I love you so much. And it's just like, it still trips me out, because I kind of went through, I didn't go to a retreat, but like I said, I went through something very spiritual that I talked to her about, and it was kind of something similar. Like during that little spiritual thing I went through, it was, the things I experienced was really crazy, to the point where like just like her, I started talking to Jesus, and it was, I know people are gonna be like, you guys are lying, you guys are crazy, but no, like we will talk about it later, not in this moment, but when I did that, that's when I opened the door and let him in, because I realized, oh shit, like I always believed, but my faith grew 10 times more because I was like, oh my God, God is real. Jesus is real. And the things that he showed me, one of them was that I have to walk this new journey alone. I cannot bring anyone with me, you know, because what he has prepared for me is only for me. And the people that I once loved and cared about couldn't come with me. And then guess what? He started removing them one by one. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. Like, he told me he was going to do this, and this is what he's doing. And I have to just respect it, because these people are not meant to walk with me anymore. Their journey ended already.
Yeah, you know? I saw this like quote, but I think it was like literally today or yesterday. It was like you know, I tell God, like, remove whatever is not meant for me, but just give me the strength to move forward so I don't.
And that is a powerful prayer, you guys. Like,
because cuando le pides algo a Dios,
you better be ready. If you ask God, please remove the things that you feel are not for me, it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to, if it's a person, if it's things, if it, whatever it is, it's super powerful. Right?
The power of prayer is insane. Like, it's really insane. Pero también, I think one thing that stuck out to me was antes yo no creía. Like, I didn't believe, like, in it as much as I do now. Now I'm like, oh my God, that was God. Yeah. You know, like, every time God removes something or someone from my life, I'm like, that is, you know, so powerful, because he's showing me this person's not meant for you. God heard conversations that I didn't. You know, that's God's divine protection. So that's how I have to take it. Even if it makes me sad that I have to walk away from them. Pero es porque así Dios lo quiere. You know, porque have you guys seen that, like, ay, ¿cómo se llama that like that little picture? I think we've talked about it before, where it's like the little girl's holding the tiny little teddy bear, and God has a giant one behind him. It's true, because tú is like, oh, I have this, and God's like, but why? No, put it aside, because what I have for you is much better. It's much bigger, it's greater, and it's something out of your imagination that you know. So just trust in me, and I feel like that's what I started to do, you know. And now I'm like, okay, Diosito, like, I'm no longer frustrated over the things I don't have right now. Like, tú dámelos when you think I'm ready, you know, like I mentioned earlier.
And we have to really believe that, right? Like, we have to believe, like, you can trust God, like, trust him. Because sometimes we say, oh yeah, I trust in him, but then we don't really follow through what, you know, what we're saying.
Because
you know
do you really trust in him? Saying it and feeling it is two different things.
And so and
that's something that people have to work on themselves too, you know, like if they want to go down that journey and path and stuff, like
for yourself. That's why I'm really big is what you tell yourself is how you're gonna feel. So if you feel like shit and you're telling yourself, well, I'm not good enough, you're gonna keep feeling
your
that
body's
way.
Gonna feel it.
The power of the tongue is extremely
so feed yourself kind words. I always say feed yourself kind words. Tell yourself, I'm deserving of good things. I am beautiful. I am this. I am that. And really start to believe that start to build your confidence too. Right.
And I have trouble with that. I'm going to be honest, because I know my coworker is going to watch this, and he always tells me that I need to talk nicer to myself. So he's probably going to call bullshit, but I am working on it. Okay. So thank you very much. That's he always tells me, he's like, you need to talk nicer to yourself, girl. Like, and he's, you know, he's right, because sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I'm feeling some type of way, you know, and he's like, you need to talk nice to yourself every time he tells me. So this is for you.
But I used to be like that, D. I used to be like that. Like I say, I think we could be our own critics. You know, we're hard on ourselves. It does take time, and practicing it, like anything else, the more you practice it, the better you get. Right. And so now I feel like when I start to think a little negative, I'm like, that's not, cálmate. Like, I tell myself right away, like, no. No.
And honestly, you know? Like, there's days where things hit me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, because I'm on my healing journey, things hit me 10 times more now. Like, I'm so emotional. Like, the smallest things will make me cry. I'm like, I'm kind of fucking llorona, fuck. You know, but it's like, wow, like, I'm feeling things 10 times more. But sometimes when something is like hurting me, like the other day I felt like extremely hurt, and then you guys, something crazy happened. I was feeling like that, and I was at work, and I was sitting there, and I was overthinking, because I'm an overthinker, And then I had to take a call from a patient because it came in through a crisis, right? And I'm talking to this patient. I can't go into detail, but this patient was in distress. And at the end of the call, he asked me for my name, and I told my name. And then he tells me, "You're an angel from God. God sent you here so that you can listen to me." He's like, "Thank you. You know, God bless you." Like the words he was telling me, I had to sit there and try not to cry because I felt like that was Diosito talking to me, you know, and I had to breathe, but I was like, oh my God, I was feeling so down today, and I was overthinking. This was at the beginning of this week. And then I was like, and then Diosito sent me like a reminder, like, you are a blessing to other people. And my job is, I mean, we work in the same field, you know. Some days are hard. You're like, dang, like some of the things you're hearing are triggering.
Yeah.
But then I feel like God put me there for a reason, you know, like to help people. And that, I love that. I love that. Even the smallest thing that you do or say to someone can change their entire day. You know, even my followers, a veces cuando me mandan mensajes and they're like, oh, like I had one the other day, it was like, I'm so proud of you. I've been following you for years and I've seen everything you've gone through and where you are now. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so hard on me. And then other people look at me and they admire me. And I'm like, but why do you admire me? I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to be your own cheerleader too, right? You got to be the one to cheer yourself on.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be the one to remind yourself to say nice things to yourself.
Yeah. I don't mean I'm crazy. I mean, like,
and when someone says like,
I'm a borracha.
but when like this person already saying you're an angel, you know, you listen to me,
that hit
you
me
know,
so
I would
hard.
be like, in my head now, right? I'll be like, damn, that was nice of you.
Yeah.
You listened. That's all that person needed.
Yeah.
You listened.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
honestly,
I mean? Like they felt heard.
It's almost like, even though we weren't in front of each other, it's almost like I was the person, their shoulder to cry on. And it's like, if they were in front of me, I feel like I would have just held them and let them know, like, hey, you're not alone. Like, I'm right here. Like, God put me here to help you, you know. And that was a reminder of God, like, that there was no reason for me to feel that way, because, you know, él me quiere, and that's all that matters. So that was definitely something really nice that I experienced. Well, it was on Tuesday because I didn't go to work on Monday, but it was on Tuesday, and I was just like, okay, God, like, I heard you. I that little message you sent me, that was you. So I was so appreciative of that.
God is within you. She will not fail.
Yes, you will not fail. You will not. I do want to just a quick story. My coworker, I shared it a little bit on Instagram, but she's such a sweetheart, and she just like gives us positive energy. Like every morning, she's like, "Good morning." She's one of those girls, and I'm just like, "Oh my God, I wish I could be like you, girl." You know, she just like makes friends with anyone at work. I feel like I'm very like, just to myself, you know, and her, she's very like outgoing. Like she just, you know, makes friends with everyone. But, you know, and me and her have gotten to know each other and stuff. And last week she was like, girl, I need to tell you something. And I was like, what? And she's like, my husband left me of 15 years. He left me and the kids. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, are you okay? First of all, you know? And she's like, no, but I'm going to be. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, she's like, she watches our podcast. She's like, you can share my story if you want to. And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. But she was like, yeah, on Monday when I got home from work, his stuff was all laid out, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you know, I like have to work on myself. Like, you know, and he left. And, you know, she was like, I was calling him, you know, telling him, like, obviously, like, you know, after 15 years, like, you're going to call him. Like, you wouldn't like, just let him go like that, you know?
Like, and your person for so long.
Yeah, and she was like, you know, we could work this out, like we could be together, you know. And her sister-in-law was there, and her sister-in-law was like, you know, like, hang up the phone, like, you're not gonna cry for anyone, like, you're not gonna you know, stoop down that far, like, you deserve way better than that. So she's like, you know, like, for a whole two days I like cried. And like, you know, I was like in my feels, and she's like, but the very next day after that, like, I got up. She's like, I have 2 kids to worry about. I need to go fucking look for an apartment. She's like, literally like 2 days later, I found myself an apartment, and I'm moving in this Friday. Aww, and I was like, what
you go,
the
girl.
hell? I was like, are you serious?
If you're watching this, fuck
yeah. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, girl, like, I don't know how you do that shit. I was like, for me, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to get out of bed, you know. And she's like, yeah, she's like, I don't know, she's like, she's like, she's like, I'm not gonna let that stop me. Like, she's like, I have to be strong. She's like, I'm gonna figure it out one way or another. She's like, I got a 1-bedroom for now for me and my 2 kids. She's like, but I did it. Like, we're gonna do it. And I was like, that is freaking self-love. Are you kidding me? That is
picking herself up. And not letting someone else drop her because you're loved. Yes, you have your partner, but and your kids are important too, right? Yeah. But she's important. And if she is not picking herself up, how could she be there for her kids?
Yeah, and then she told another thing that she told me was she's like, a lot of people are coming, like, helping me and telling me, like, she's like, her best friend bought her, like, a sofa or something. I'm not sure. She's like, yeah, my best friend bought me, like, a sofa for the apartment. She's like, my dad did this. And she's like, I didn't realize how loved I was because I've been in that relationship for so long where I was just settling that now that I'm out of it, she's like, I see how much I really am loved. And I was
so she's seen the other
and I'm like, oh my God, like I literally wanted to grab when I was like, oh my God. But I
hope that she continues to work on herself too, right? Because that's hard. That's really, really hard, right? And so sometimes when we're with someone, we depend on their love, not realizing that's again, our power is our own self-love, right? That I have the power to pick myself up, even when I'm feeling broken, right? I can do this, right? And that's part of self-love, that you love yourself through the highs and the lows.
And honestly, it's so hard when you have to walk away from a marriage because it's like you have to mourn someone that's not dead, and that is hard. It's hard when you want to pick up the phone and call them, you know, but it's so sad. But I feel like when you separate from a man and you're calling him and texting him and chasing him, I feel like that boosts his ego and that pushes him farther away, you know. So I feel like even though it's hard, sometimes it's easier said than done. But I feel like when a man wants to walk out of your life, let him let him go, you know, because if he really loved you and he really cared about you, that wouldn't be his reaction. His reaction would be like, you know what, we're having some issues or whatever it is, but I need just a little space. Like, let's see how we can fix this, you know, like, let's do everything to try to work this out. But when a man just gets up and says, I'm fucking done, you know, for whatever reason, it could be another woman. It could just be he just doesn't want to be with you no more. Like, the worst thing you can do is chase him. Let him go and let him be in his thoughts and let him realize, like, fuck, ya la cagué. Like, I let her go or I walked away when I shouldn't have, you know? Like,
and I told her, I was like, girl, everything that you're doing right now and he's going to see that. I was like, I know he's going to come back to you. And she's like, I don't care. She's like, I'm not going to let him.
Motherfuckers always come back. They always come back when they realize the grass isn't greener.
I just wanted to share that story because it really inspired me to be like, fuck, I'm over here like moping over some freaking situationship, you know, and this girl's doing her damn thing after 15 years, you know, like it's just like it really like struck something in me. I was like,
it's like an eye opener, right? That people go through things. People go through
and that's the thing. Like I'm like, you're going through all of this, and the way that you show up to work, no lo enseñas, you know, for nothing. Like I'm just like, wow.
It's because maybe she's at a point, and you get to a point where, and I know it's fresh for her too, right? But you get to a point where you have to realize, like, I have to show up for me. This person left. It's I have to show up for me, and I guarantee this is gonna be the start of her. Of her self-love,
and she wants to start content creation too, and I'm like, girl, start content creating. Like you are such an amazing person. You're so personable. I just know people will love you. She's like,
I feel like as women, that is like a superpower that we have. Like, yes, we go through real hard things, but some way, somehow, we figure it out. We figure it out.
Absolutely.
That actually something similar happened to me. Like when I had left my ex-husband for a while, and she told me, you know, come move in with me for a little bit till you get back on your feet. So I was like, shit, like, all right, fuck it. Like, I got up and I walked away, you know. That was the first time that I actually left for a long time, you know, because sometimes we would like break up and then we'd end up getting back together maybe like 2-3 weeks later. But this time was the first time that I was like, okay, I'm ready to let go. So I moved in with her, and then I set a goal for myself because I was sharing a room with my 3 kids. And it was hard because I was like, fuck, I felt like amontonada right here with her. Like, I feel like a fucking loser, you know? Like, I felt like this can't be it for me. So then I set a goal for myself that by May of that year. I can't remember what year it was. That I was gonna get my own place and I was gonna get out of her house, and I fucking did it. Like I remember I applied for an apartment, and then by the 1st of May, and we were in Mexico because my sister Helen had gotten married, and they called me while I was over there, like, hey, we just want to let you know that you got approved. And I was like, and I didn't, and I was so happy because it was in a nice area. Like
it was a very nice
apartment, had walk-in closets, washer and dryer. Like it was really good, you know. And I was like, holy shit, like
I'm doing it,
Diosito, like you know. And I was doing it for a long time by myself with my 3 kids, and I'm like, fuck yeah. It felt so liberating. It felt so good. And then I fucked up and I took that motherfucker back. But you know,
I knew it was.
But that time that I was alone, I was like, wow, like it felt so good, and it felt so good.
Yeah, because I felt like you were really at this place where you were like,
I was doing so good.
I'm doing it. Right? I'm doing it without him, because I think for a long time he made you feel like you couldn't. And you were. Then he came back. I was like, no, don't do it, Yvonne. And I mean, I feel like it was rocky still. It was rocky. But you know, things happen, and you're here now.
You're living
right
here.
And I think you have to make you're the only one that can make that choice, that can say, because we can give you advice. Anybody can give you advice, but you have to make that.
Everyone's going to make their own decision.
Yeah, you're going to be the one to make that decision. How, you know, moving forward and how you move forward. Right? And so forth. And so.
And now it's just different, because when someone does something to me, like if I'm talking to someone, like if they do one thing wrong, I'm like, okay, like they made a mistake, I'll forgive them. But then as soon as they do it again, I'm just like, all right, bitch, you're done. Because I don't want to I already spent 10 years forgiving someone over and over and over for this and this and that, like cheating, lying, like all that shit. And now I'm like, I'm not gonna go through this again. Like I'm not, like I know who I am and I know what I'm worth now, and I gotta sit here and tolerate shit from anybody, you know? Because first of all, bitch, I don't need you.
I feel like I've gotten to a point where I like exit myself slowly out. Now I'm like, well,
once I have the foot out the door, bitch, you fuck. And you know what I do? Las empiezo a contar todas. I'm like, okay, you want to be staying out late with your boys till 5, 6 in the morning, not coming home? Strike one. And I don't say anything. And that's what she was like, why aren't you reacting? Why aren't you saying anything? But in my head, te las estoy contando todas las que me estás haciendo. You know? And I'm like, all right, bitch, just fucking watch. Like, as soon as you do something else.
For me, I just think like,
you tolerate
if that person isn't serving you in any positive way,
right?
You know, I feel like no matter who it is, I just think like, do I really want to give time and energy and you know, be able to explain this to someone, or do I say, you know what, I'm gonna put my boundary and just remove myself?
You shouldn't have to be explaining to a grown ass man or to a grown ass woman what they're doing wrong. At this point, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you're that old and you're still on some kid shit. Like, no, goodbye. You know, it's like, grow the fuck up at this point. And it's like, you shouldn't.
And I think also
from anybody.
That's what it is when we show our self-love and who we have around us. I think the way we show up for ourselves will show how they show up for us. You know what I mean?
And the way, it is true. The way you show up for yourself, you're teaching others to. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I say boundaries are huge, right? Like set your boundaries.
She has her boundaries.
And honestly, as a woman, I feel like it is extremely important. And no shade to the stay-at-home moms, but I've seen so many stay-at-home moms get left. Their husband wakes up one day, is like, I don't want to be with you no more. Or I'm talking to someone else. I'm not happy. And they leave them, and then they're like, oh, fuck, like, I don't have a job. I don't have nothing. Like, what am I going to do? So as a woman, I feel like it is extremely important to have something going for you. Because even if your husband doesn't leave you, what if he passes away tomorrow, gets in a car accident? Always have something to fall back on for you, something that makes you happy, that makes you feel good about you, you know, to the point. And if you're single, work extremely hard so that you never have to depend on anybody but you, you know, para que nadie te pueda reclamar, hey, tienes eso por mí. No, bitch, I have it because I worked my ass off for it.
So get ready, do your makeup, put the cute outfit on,
love yourself,
jewelry, even if you're going to the store, like, you know,
walk in
your
that
hair,
walk in
whatever
that
you want to do.
looking like a bad bitch.
Yeah. Do it.
Walk into that room, like you're a bad bitch. People will see that. People will get attracted to that.
Oh yes.
I've noticed, because sometimes you just have your good ass days where you're like feeling like a baddie. I've noticed that when I have those days and I walk somewhere, like I not to toot my own horn, but I feel like, oh my god, like dang, I can see people looking at me and then they come approach me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the other days where I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go out. I feel ugly. I feel, I just take that vibe to where I go, and it's like different. You know what I mean? So it all starts like within yourself.
Like that happened to us when we were in Guadalajara. We went to Tequila. I'm not even playing with you guys. There was women stopping us so that we could take pictures with their man. I'm not even playing.
What the heck?
Yeah, we were like, what the hell?
Are you serious?
Yes,
we
people were.
You're like, 10 pesos. 20
people
pesos.
were recording us. Like everybody was like,
I told my hubby
like,
that. I said, babe, there was two ladies, right? I go that we, when we're walking, they were like, you guys look so cute. Yeah, can you take a picture with my husband?
Aww.
And we were like, wait, what? And then
we're like, all of us? Like, yeah, all of you. We were like, okay.
Yeah, twice.
That is so funny.
And we were saying, like, we're bringing the good vibes.
Yes. Because honestly, you guys, we were walking around. We were happy. We were singing. We were dancing. We were yelling. We were like, Like, we were hyping people up.
And we were just cute. And we were just cute. With our little
I loved your guys' outfits.
We looked like bad bitches or whatever.
And it was so funny. We were like, what is it? Like,
But see, like, I feel like it's so, like, ¿cómo se dice? What is that word? Like, contagious. When you're happy and you're vibing and you're like fun, like your energy is contagious. People, and people are like, hell yeah, like and the fact that like those ladies nos pararon para que nos tomaran fotos con sus esposos.
Hey, if you ever watch this, I want to see those pictures.
Oh my god,
manda las fotos.
I know. We didn't even ask them to send it to us, but it was
super cute.
And then we became friends with some girls from Chicago. We added them on Instagram. Like I love that. Like I love like
the energy, the good vibes. Take it.
And honestly, I think I love that about me and my sisters, that we're so friendly.
Yeah.
And like we can meet people in the bathroom and be like, hey girl. Like we're those people. Like we're girls.
Girls for sure.
Yes. We're super loving and friendly and very welcoming.
Yes.
And I don't think like anybody that's met my sisters doesn't like them. Like everyone likes these bitches. Cause they cool or whatever. Like even when I introduced D to Sandra luego le cayó bien la D.
Yes. Yeah. You guys are amazing. They've always been, I mean, since the moment I met you guys have been super sweet to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know. You're very sweet. And I like I said, I don't know. I'm very good about like reading people. So sometimes, majority of the time, I'm right.
So wait, scratch that. Right. Most of the time,
when I tell my sister, I don't know about this girl, and then they'll be like, no, and then later on they're like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like,
it's crazy how our intuition is like that.
It just happens,
Even when like I'm talking to a guy or something, like she'll immediately like. I know, like I already know it's wrong, because
so you admit it.
Yes, I spot like the red flags. I do, but then I'm just like, I'm the type of person that I'm like, okay, like
let me give them 5 chances.
Let me see where this goes. Like, let me see if they'll change, or let me see if I can fix them.
I'll give them 6 more red flags.
But my sister will be like, nope.
Yes, that was it for me.
That's not the one, honey.
That was it for me.
I feel like it's really hard to come back after the first.
Yes. And then once my sister doesn't like you, ya te valites verga. Like, there's no.
I like everyone. I just, again, if I see something, then I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way.
And then especially my best friend Mecha, she's a little bit more like hardcore and blunt. So like when somebody does something to me, she's like, no, bitch, no, fuck them. Like she don't play. So once you do me wrong the first time, that's it. Like she's gonna hate you forever. Like there's no coming back. She's not gonna like you no more. So
what's your one thing to take away from this episode about self-love? Like a quick little
wrap.
Yeah.
I think again, just being able to give yourself the love that you deserve, because sometimes we think that another person is going to give us that, and it's no, you have to give it to yourself. Right? And like I said, it's just do it with the little things. Start with little things for yourself that make you feel good. For, like I said, for me, I started writing, just writing words, not even sentences. It was just words, like writing nice things about myself.
Words of affirmation.
And I would repeat them, exactly, affirmations, and repeat them until they started to stick to me, right? And then I started to feel that confidence, right? To now, okay, I'm hearing it. Now I'm going to practice it, right? And I started to do that more and more and more. And I feel like even my daughter, especially my little one, because she used to get like really bad, like little anxiety, hide behind me. When I'd be like, why are you hiding, right? Yeah. And now I see her like, just like she's coming out. She's very talkative now. When we go places, she's trying new things. And I'm like, it has to do with mom, right? It starts with me, like me being her role model. And so for me, I just feel like I said, it's the little things. Like even when I'm like cooking, I'm like, ooh, mom's a good cook. And I'm not a cook, guys. I try. But when I do something and I even like shock myself, right? I'm like, ooh, mom, mom did a good job. And then, I got my little cheerleaders. They're like, oh yeah, it was good, mom. I'm like, I know.
So words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation are huge, guys. Huge when you're working on that part. Yeah.
Me personally, I would say is, don't be ashamed to put yourself first. That's extremely important. Don't ever be embarrassed to, ¿cómo se dice? Like, don't be ashamed of your past because it doesn't define you. Make your pain your strength and make sure to put you first before anybody. That is extremely important, and that is key to always love you and don't forget about you. Even the smallest things that you can do for you, do them. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Chase after your dreams and your goals, and don't ever let yourself go for anybody or anything.
Love that.
Clock it. I feel like how you show up for yourself is definitely how other people are going to show up for you. How you talk to yourself is how you're going to allow other people to talk to you. So just make sure that you're there for yourself 100% of the time and talk to yourself nice, do nice things for yourself. Even if it's doing your little skincare, drink your water, like just be nice to yourself. That's what I 100% will take away from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it, girls. And if there's anything that you guys do, even to share with us, right, what you practice
do for self-love,
as your self-love, your self-care, we love to hear it. Please make sure you comment on our on our page, or on our Instagram or Facebook or TikTok.
We appreciate every like, every comment, every share. We appreciate it.
Yep. And we read them, guys. We read them. We get so happy when we're like, oh, I love that, right? And so so we appreciate you guys all, and thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Yay. We love you, chismosas.